Did you hear about the child that died? Did you hear about the child that cried? Did you hear? Did you see? Did you feel something move inside? Is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can say? Is there any way we can help the children live? Help them live. Help them live. Did you hear about the child that cried? Did you hear about the child that died? Did you hear? Did you see? Did you feel something move inside? Is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can say? Is there any way we can help the children live? Help them live. Help them live. These are the lyrics of the song my sisters and I sang as part of an AIDS awareness choir at All Saints Church in Hayward, California. I was 8, Anna was 6, Rachel was 5, and Amanda and Amelia were 4. At first listen, it may sound like an anti-abortion anthem. But it was written earnestly by our choir director to give voice to children born with HIV or contracting it through blood transfusions. I always wondered if he personally knew a baby who died of AIDS. Why did he write it? But we were Catholic, so he wouldn't tell us. The choir toured Bay Area churches, and my sisters and I sang at an AIDS awareness event at the Oakland Coliseum, and we even made a cameo in a local magazine. Singing the song like a haunting lullaby with our deep brown hair and cherub eyes, cherub cheeks, exemplified the innocence of children that were contracting HIV through, quote-unquote, no fault of their own. We never spoke of the adults with HIV, women, IV users, and gay men, an unsaid weighing of who got to be innocent and who didn't. I don't know how many times I really sang, "Did you hear about the child that died?" But the song is fixed in my mind because it held an implicit loneliness and sadness. I wasn't told what the lyrics meant, but I knew, did you hear about that child that cried, wasn't about lifting the baby up into your arms. And so the message I received of HIV and AIDS was a pained and lonely one. The song was a call to some sort of action, and to me, it was a call to another fear. I was 6 years old when the fear trickled over to my home when the doctors discovered my mom was severely anemic, a condition that develops when your blood lacks enough healthy red blood cells. They needed to act quickly and used 8 units of anonymous blood. By the time I was singing in the choir, she would need more units. My mom was a healthcare coordinator for the Catholic school we went to and helped set up protocol for the handling of cuts and bloody noses, distribution of gloves, and other public health trainings for non-medical professionals like her, so she knew the risks and information as it came in. Throughout my childhood, I knew she would go to the doctors for a test. Before long, and because of school, I knew it was an HIV test. I witnessed the tail end of my mom's very last blood transfusion in 1990. I was 10, and my AIDS awareness choir days were fading. Though I'd seen her in the hospital many times before, this was the first time I saw the IV line with blood like a thick vein floating outside the body. To me, the scene resembled a Frida Kahlo painting, the blood redder because of the white hospital room and the ominous blood bag like a limp organ floating above her head. As I grew, the causes of transmission were illuminated, but in the early years I wondered if at any moment we would find out there was a new way to contract it and I would lose my mom at a young age. Even the song we sang in school about a girl named Susie using a straw to share a milkshake held potential catastrophe. We didn't talk about blood transfusions outside the home, but I absorbed every fact they taught us at school in case it would affect my mom. Like many children, my life was circling the edges of HIV, blood transfusions, prior steps, a queerness after the fact, like living inside some sort of echo. My story, a repetition of sound. Did you hear about the child that died? Did you hear about the child that cried, circling a surface, a life, lives? And so fear was gripping a generation, children like me, and parents like my mom and dad, everyone desperate to do their part. And the queer community that would eventually become my community. We have to talk about fear and how our people, all our people, have known it. How it's carved a home in us. Even if we don't want it to, it's chiseled a home here. And here. And here. In me and in you. We mustn't let it devour us now. We must walk through it. Walk through the fear.